Hello, so today I'm going to be installing a pretty significant upgrade in the Losi LMT, a Reefs RAW 500 servo. Now the servo that comes stock in this truck is actually not a bad one. It's the Spectrum S614S. This actually has 201 ounces of torque. So for a ready to run servo pushing monster truck tires like this, I think it's actually pretty good and it's done well. The problem is that we took a pretty heavy hit to a curb right here, and the bracing that holds the servo has broken right here. So the servo actually functions, but it's not staying in place anymore. So I ended up getting this Reefs RAW 500. So like I said, this has 201 ounces of torque. A high-tech 645 MG, which to me over the years has been always a kind of a go-to servo for many cars, has 133 ounces of torque. I have never owned a servo like this. At 6 volts, this does 500 ounces of torque. At 7.4 volts, 565 ounces of torque. Excuse me, 450 at 6 volts, 500 at 7.4, and 565 at 8.4. So we won't be getting quite up that high, but the capacity for this thing is huge. So another thing to think about if you do upgrade your servo is that the Spectrum servos have kind of an odd size servo horn, and you do need to use a servo saver. If you go direct using a servo horn with no servo saver, you could end up hurting your servo. But these use a 23 tooth servo horn, which is kind of unusual. The high-tech servos use a 24, and then 25 is the norm for most other servos. The Reefs RAW 500 uses a 25. So Losi has a 25 tooth servo saver out now. So if you decide to upgrade yours, be sure you look at the servo horn for the servo you're getting and get the appropriate size servo saver. All right, so let's jump into this and get it set up. Came with some stickers. I can see down in the bottom of the case, there's some stickers down there. Well, this is a beast. Okay, let's go ahead and get the old one off. I need to open up the radio box. Slot 1 in the receiver is for the steering servo. Go ahead and pull that dude out. There's a zip tie holding the wire down just to keep things neat. So we're going to clip that. And go ahead and feed this right back through here and then back into the correct slot. Go ahead and power it up. Okay. Got power to it. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and use my little rubber grommets that came with it. Go ahead and tighten the servo down. Take off the old servo saver, 23 tooth. Always hang on to these. These are good servo savers. You never know when you may want to use them again in another vehicle. I'm going to set up the 25 tooth. Put the spring on, and then the back. Gonna have to experiment with how tight I want that to be. With a snug fit. All right, before putting the screw on, let's go ahead and test it. Wow. That's with the tires on the ground. That's crazy. All right. Go ahead and pack this back in here. Use just a dab of thread lock on here. I'm going to put a zip tie right here to keep things nice and neat. Plenty of cable length there. I don't want any tension on it. That's good. I'm looking forward to seeing how this performs in the truck. With this much torque, it's going to be a piece of cake to turn the tires. Very nice. That was a fun install. Thanks for watching. See you next time.